because I want to be a good neighbor, because I want to love my neighbors like I love myself. I do what I can for who I can when I can. That's kind of the guiding principle that my wife and I use for deciding who can we help, because we've learned that we can only do so much, and we have a pretty clear order of how we help people and who we help. But it's also important to tell you that not only do we do what we can for who we can, but only when we can. Sometimes we can't do things because our resources are limited. There are times when people can call and need help with a bill and we have it immediately. Other times we just can't do that. But some of that has to do with boundaries. We've learned we can't help everyone. You can't do everything for everybody. Or pretty soon you'll be like the guy that's running on empty and tries to floorboard it, and all you do is crash or tear up your car. Well, we don't want to do that to ourselves spiritually. We burn that candle at both ends sometimes. So there are times when people call and say, I need your help. And I want to be clear, if it's an emergency, we're always there. But if we've committed to go out to eat or to have a weekend together, or sometimes we just say we're not going to do, we have done, we can't do. And when people call and say, I need you, we've learned to say, I'm sorry. We can't help you today. We can't do that. I'll call you tomorrow. Here's somebody else's number. You can't do everything for everybody. And sometimes you have to remember we have things that we are committed to do that are important to us and we think important to God and His kingdom that we're doing. So you can't always drop everything for everybody every time. So we have learned to do what we can for who we can when we can. And that's made it a lot easier for us to be really good neighbors. This is Steve Ridgell, encouraging you to remember, do what you can for who you can when you can, and you too will be a good neighbor fulfilling the second of the greatest command.